Sunil, how about at Customs and Border Protection? A lot of activity going on over there right now. I know you all are introducing AI and ML in a lot of different ways. Give us a top line state of the state.
Sure, absolutely. Hello, everybody. Sunil from CBP. I think Nan was right on as to very similar to what Nan mentioned as to what we are doing also in that space within CBP. So I would classify from CBP perspective for AI machine learning into three or four broad areas, right? So as you know, we are the largest law enforcement agency in the country. I mean, people will be surprised, 65,000 people keeping the country safe. There's nothing more important than that. So because of that, we are also we do ingest a lot of data from not only data which we generate within CBP. Our job is to keep the borders open and legal travel and legal trade. That's our main job. So because of that, we do generate a lot of data, and we also ingest data from other agencies, which I can't go into that, but I'm just saying a lot of agencies also sending us data. Because of that, we do have tons of data which we can, which we try and figure out as to what is going to happen next, right? So currently and even before, our main job was, hey, just make sure you're doing some transactional data comes in, you're doing processing of that, and you move on. But that is changing dramatically for us too. So AI machine learning is one of the core competencies for us. And the way we are doing that is I've divided that into like a few parts. So if you look at data in general, it can divide into like data engineering component, where like Nan mentioned, keeping the data ready so that somebody can consume that. There's a data science component to that, where you're looking at the scientists creating the models and the machine learning models you're building on top of that. So we have component of that also. But the third one which is important, is the operational piece, and that's where we are going into, and that's where the challenges are. And we are seeing, I'll give you an example of, think about the autonomous driving cars, right? So these cars, when you're driving, it has to come to a stop sign. When you see a stop, it's supposed to stop. So there are a bunch of cameras who are doing the work for that, and you're collecting the data together. But ultimately, the whole car has to work. The brake has to work so that you come to a stop, right? So that's one of the components we're looking at. Operational thing, I think, where the challenges are for us, I feel. We have also created what is the center of excellence, center of innovation for AI and machine learning. And the reason we have done that is we did not have any standards for doing annotating data or tagging data. So we are in the process of doing that. So think about, like Luke mentioned with respect to the IoT devices, we have non-intrusive inspections from the border perspective. We collect a lot of data there. But if we tag the data correctly and annotate data correctly, including to create models on top of that, becomes an important for us.
A lot of moving. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, exactly. A lot of moving parts.
And a lot of moving parts going on.
A lot of moving parts, and that's where we have challenges right now, Luke, because we are finding operational piece is where the difficult piece is. Collecting data, everything else is easier. We have lots of companies, a lot of different cool companies we work with who have off-the-shelf products which we can use. Sure. At the end of the day, the operational piece, the data, if you are putting in the data which you're collecting is not useful anymore, you are pretty much, you're pretty much giving wrong information to our operators. So that's why
to make sure it's you collect it all and that it's very accurate. A lot of moving parts over there. CBP being right smack in the middle